Hello lovely people, welcome back to another book chat. Okay, so today, jumping into another book that I've recently bought when I should really be working through all my other books. Okay, so this is actually the second book in a series. Let me just show it to you. So it's The Immutable Moon, Book 2 by Jacqueline Rohrbach. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And this one is called The False Moon. And it's the second book. The first book was called The Worst Werewolf, which honestly, that won me just with the title. It was, yeah, I have to read anything which is called The Worst Werewolf. Worst vampire, worst anything really, yep, you've got me. Little Fairy Muse would like to say hello. Hello, Little Fairy Muse. So this isn't my normal sort of genre. I'm not really into the kind of paranormal romance, shifter romance, that sort of thing, but to be honest I wouldn't really classify this as such. It's a really fantastic story about these werewolves, and you've got two opposing clans as well as the false moons, which are werewolves which aren't considered true werewolves. And the one reservation I had was I didn't quite understand the clashes between the clans and that sort of thing, so I got a little bit confused around there, but that could be also me just not reading it properly. What I did really enjoy is the characters are fantastic. You've got Garvey, who is a false moon, and in the first book he kidnaps Tovin, who is a human, and Tovin is he's going to be a blood servant for one of the queens of these opposing clans, and the story goes on. I won't go into loads of detail with it, as I tend not to, but Tovin's a great character, Garvey's a great character. There are also vampires which come into it who are absolutely brilliant, because they are not your typical dramatic, glamorous vampires. In fact, basically the only thing they say is food, hunger, and all they want to do is eat people. There's also absolutely, I really loved and I'd really like to see more of it, is this history behind the origins of the vampires and the werewolves. So essentially it's a virus has created these vampires, and it was created in a laboratory by scientists, and it all got a bit out of hand. But the werewolves are immune, and so the werewolves were then bred in order to combat these vampires and to protect the human race. And so there's this whole really interesting background to it, which I'd love to read more about that, because that was super interesting for me. There is a certain amount of romance in here. It's not a lot. So for me that worked really well. I liked the undertones of it. I liked the combination of Garvey and Tovin it's kind of adorable, to be honest, and I really liked that. Then you've also got a lot of, which for me is obviously always a winner, quite a lot of puns, quite a lot of funny one-liners, some really good dialogue. And yeah, so overall just a really, really enjoyable read. So I would absolutely recommend her books. I haven't read anything outside the Immutable Moon series, but she does have some other books out as well, and I reckon I will be checking those out, because so far I've really enjoyed these. And yeah, so that is my latest sort of discovery. How about you? Have you read many of these sort of shifter, vampire, werewolf sort of modern stories? If so, which ones would you recommend to me? Like I say, I'm not heavy on the romance generally, but a little bit of it is absolutely fine. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear if you have read her books and what other ones you'd recommend that I should read. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time. Bye. Little Fairy Muse says bye as well, even though she's pointedly not looking at any of us.